make sure that every single nook and cranny has something to do. You have to make
sure that and then we'll get back to the Xbox
incredibly
showcase.
Creative. Given that the name of the game is Baldur's Gate, the city was really going to be the thing that people were going to be talking about.
The city of Baldur's Gate is seamless, which
I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna take Kai out to pee as well,
You
and
only
then I'll be
can
back.
judge the game when you have all the components together, and if the mix doesn't work, we start over.
At some point, he said, like, can't we just connect everything? And that was a very interesting day.
One of the things that's done is it's brought a level of believability and immersion and also complexity that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Now it was this seamless, giant organism, and it really, really felt good.
It's being able to look out of a window and see down the city slope, so you're seeing down toward the docks, and you're like, one of my teammates might be down there. They might be running around down there.
We worked on it as a painting almost. You start with a sketch, a very basic line, and then you just start adding layers and layers.
We can put lots more of the city onto the screen than they could in 1998. So we can do something that is more immersive, richer, has more texture to it.
It feels like you are walking around a place where there are lots and lots of people living their actual lives.
You have crowds that are walking around, can talk to pretty much anybody, and they react to every single thing. It's very alive in that sense.
Every person that you meet in Baldur's Gate has got a story to them.
All the things that you have done up to the city really matter. You can really feel the conclusion of everything just gathering there.
We actually build anticipation through all these characters that you've met, through all these situations that you've been through.
All the stories that you have been following and all the decisions that you've been making, they all come to fruition in that lower city.
And the great thing is, if you so choose, you can be another bad thing that's happening to the city. You can arrive and be like, this place is on fire, and then you can throw petrol all over it.
During production, we felt like the city was our destination.
We spent, I think, 3 times, 4 times as much effort on the city than we originally planned. But the result, the feeling of walking in there is just fantastic.
You have this constant jostling of things that are very much of the real world, and then you can indulge in the completely fantastical.
And then when you walk into the city, the noise of everybody talking to each other, the knowledge that everywhere you look, you can go there and you can do something, the knowledge that you can fly through it, it's great. So the thing that I was the most afraid of when we started making this game turned out to be the thing that I'm the most proud of.
Larian Studios breaks the classic RPG series out of a 2-decade retirement when Baldur's Gate 3 finally releases on August 31st. Up next, we're forging ahead with more fantasy as flame-headed fighters face ferocious foes in a co-op action roguelike. After all, what's a roguelike without an onslaught of algorithmic terrors? I feel like there's a lot of that going on around here lately. Anyways, here's the latest trailer for Ember Knights.
Oh, fuck. What is this fucking thing?
What? What?
Would you like the endless loop of terror, death, repeat in the upcoming stealth extraction horror, Macabre? In Macabre, you and your friends will team up to confront interdimensional terrors, venturing deep into unstable time risk tasks with uncovering the source of terrifying anomalies. A great way to enjoy the outdoors. Built in Unreal 5, this exclusive debut will be out later this year in early access.
Signal.
Not even one bar, there's nothing. I can't get in.
So, I forgot to mention, there's like a super weird, scary thing getting around inside the rift.
The hell was that, a bear?
Have you ever heard a bear sound like that before?
I've never seen a bear before.
You guys look lost. Come on. You'll freeze to death out here.
Australian people.
For the lodge.
That's unique.
Here, take this. I call it the atomic space shifter. If anything goes wrong, not that it will, I can pull you back out. A lot of
The POC of white people, unlike Italians, the true.
It's like time runs differently.
Australians are the true POCs of white people.
Guys, I think I found something.
We're gonna get fucking Macca's, mate. Lady Kanoran, thank you for the 5 subs.
We gotta find the others, dude.
I think that might be a Kiwi. Kiwi. The Kiwis, not Aussies. My bad. My fucking bed. Average day in fucking New Zealand. It's called Zelda.
I can't believe it worked.
Zelda.
This is the key to... Ah, you're alive. Ready to go back in?
Macca's is their word, but you can say McDonald's. Average fucking day. Average day in New Zealand, mate. This is the average day in New Zealand, mate. This is how it fucking works. These are real fucking gators and whatnot.
We thought we had billions of years before our son died.
Accent wrong and field attack. Shut up.
We were wrong. Thousands of us answered the call, rallying to save those we can. Every one of our ships a ray of hope. Captain, it is up to you to find us a new home, so we can plant the future seeds of humankind.
Copy. Flying course now. Sector locked in.
Soft landings, Captain.
As great as Earthless looks, it makes you wonder, how are we in the real world gonna fare when our big, beautiful sun enters its twilight years? Me, I'm optimistic. Who knows what we'll achieve by then? Every billionaire-funded space rocket that detonates moments after takeoff is one more step on the winding road of progress. Up next, tie on those togas and make merry with fine wine as all roads lead to this newest city builder. Here's a first look at Nova Roma.
Civ killer? Is it? What if you play this and run out of money? I will not be playing this. I mean, this is the PC Gamer Showcase, chat. Of course, a lot of these games are going to be A-coded. Wait, what? So apparently the Cyberpunk expansion totally overhauls the game. AI, skills, perks, vehicles, police. Baffling how this has been undersold. No fucking way. Wait, so they are actually making a good game that is like well defined on a wonderful universe that they already had created. Because Cyberpunk did one thing very good. And that one thing was basically taking a fucking game or taking a board game with a really, really cool universe. Taking a game in a really cool universe that was built for a board game and making it into a video game. But like all of the other parts of that, they did a horrible job with, including AI, including playability, all of this stuff, right? It was a role-playing game, not a board game. Sorry, yeah. A role-playing game, not a board game. Lucy James says, played 90 minutes of Phantom of Liberty yesterday, and it's astounding how much CDPR has changed and improved pretty much everything. Combat, UI, AI, skill tree, cybernetics, armor, I could go on. Wild shit. So they kept the good thing, which was... I mean, look, I trust Tumur, okay? He says, played this. It is wild how different of a game this is. Cyberpunk most people thought we'd be playing, and I'm excited to jump back in. Lovely preview here. Yeah, he wouldn't fucking lie, okay? That's the HasanAbi head to the core right there. Oh my God, I want to believe. I'm getting excited. I'm getting so fucking excited. So they'd be selling a fixed DLC and expansion. The bar is so on the floor for this. Is the game they originally promised us. I mean... Dude, the original game that they promised us was promises that were impossible to fulfill in that time frame. It was absolutely their fault for not doing it. Ooh, is this a RTS?
Will you lead us?
Is this about World War I?
Pairing squad tactics with historic inspiration, Last Train Home is based on real events in the aftermath of World War I. However, historians continue to uncover records describing train passengers travelling homewards, some dating as recently as 2023. Whether any train home is truly the last remains the subject of academic debate. History is clear on one thing though: puppets can't be trusted. As proof, watch as Sesame Street meets survival horror in My Friendly Neighborhood.
Hey Gordon, it's Kyle. I know we're dropping this on you last minute, but we need you to head down to the Sunrise Street studio lot. The antenna activated itself last night and started broadcasting that old puppet show over the news. Need to turn that thing off. You gotta get this done, man. Bye.
The last job of the day is always the worst.
Raise the curtain. Bring up the lights. The neighborhood is coming to town.
Hey, stay back! Let's do this.
Resident Sesame Street Evil, but like, I prefer that to yet another fucking zombie game. But this game is too scary for me, so I will not be playing. Let's be real, okay? It should be illegal to make scary games, especially ones with like childish cartoon-like characters.
I ended early. Can we go back to the beginning?
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right here.
Push as much as you can. Copy.
Can they push more, I wonder? They can't afford to sit back and relax now.
Are we in trouble or not?
Oh, and that's a crash!
I push now, thanks for my push now.
And McLaren with a great overtake. Stay right here.
Is this Formula One
because
manager?
We're just getting started.
Oh my god, that's a game? Dude,
Hey, Frank AI.
Football Manager is literally... Football Manager is the type of game for, you know, the jock-adjacent A-worded people. I don't know who that market is for the Formula One Manager.
Ah, cornering the VTuber market. Smart, very smart. I'm just not really sure this is my vibe, but since we're on a time crunch, let's see what's next for Subnautica Likes in Space with a trailer for Breath Edge 2.
Space Nautica? Breath Edge 2 is the first one of this? This is also scary.
Man, there are so many great video games in this year's show. Frank AI, what do we know about sand?
Sand is a fine granular
What's up
substance
with this-
composed of mineral particles.
What's up with
It
this
is finer
talking
than
head?
gravel, but coarser than silt.
Yes. But it's also a brand new survival game set in an alternate history where Austro-Hungarian soldiers smuggle space salvage across alien deserts.
I don't understand that sentence. Would you like to hear more about sand types?
Oh, no need. I'm about to know plenty. Let's take a look.
Space Austro-Hungarians implies the existence of space Ottomans, and I'm here for that, 100%.
життя. Завітайте в Лазуровий порт. У нас найкращі пляжі, готелі та ресторани. Файно! Замовлю собі багатського м'яса та пива. А ви що, хлопці?
Ну, раз ми ліпші, то попали себе шампанським і морським оленем. А ти ж, Петро?
А я, як завжди, маленьку бану ще хочу.
Йой, то ж ресторан, а не корчма.
Може ресторан бути найліпшим, якщо бану ще немає. Що ти кошкірися?
Okay, this didn't show me anything. I have no idea what this is about now.
We have reached the end of this year's show, and we're saving something very exciting for the end. Dune Awakening, the survival MMO adaptation of the classic sci-fi series. Frank AI, what have you got for us for the big finale?
If you like, I could fill the room with sand.
That's a little literal, don't you think? But what if we had, like, costumes? Oh, Dune's got some really cool costumes. We have the still suits, the royal garments. Oh my God, I could dress up maybe as like a giant sandworm.
It will require 3 million teraflops of processing power to render you as a sandworm, Sean.
I mean,
bro,
don't worry.
PC Gamer Showcase said, hey, you guys like Strand type games. How about some sand type games? Okay, that's what we're finishing it off with.
Dude, like the real Frankie with the fun hair who's not a computer. Oh, man, there was this one year where she was a shark. And then, and she was like a mech pilot. And, I had a spaceship. And there was this other time with togas, and I had this really nice robe. Anyways, just forget it. I'm living in the past. I shouldn't even miss this stuff. I mean, we're adults, right? Frankie Ward?
Do you still want to do the costumes bit, Sean?
I want to do the Dune dress up bit so bad. I'm sorry. I tried to fire everyone and make
I don't want to make fun of these guys, but I just want to see the game, man.
Frankie, would you do the honors?
Gladly. Here is an exclusive interview with the team making a survival MMO that's more sought after than a suitcase stuffed with spice melange. It's Dune Awakening.
I wanted to see the actual thing so I could serve you the top of the hour exactly as it's happening. If you want an uninterrupted broadcast experience, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with Twitch Prime or by getting gifted a sub. And they're from Oslo, Norway. Oh, top of the hour. These guys are from Norway. The guys making Dune. What do they know about sand? There is no sand in Norway.
My name's Joel Bylos. I'm the creative director on Dune Awakening. So Dune Awakening is a survival, open world, massively multiplayer game. It is a game where players are invited to explore
this guy
the
is
world of
literally,
Dune.
what,
They
is he
involve
Norwegian
themselves in
Australia? What the
politics,
fuck?
they involve themselves in intrigue, they involve themselves in combat, they have to survive on the most dangerous planet in the universe.
I think he's just
And
Australian.
through this experience, they come to know the factions in the world and the universe. So when Dune Awakening begins, you are a castaway on the planet in the deep desert, and all you have is a knife that you've made out of scrap metal. And you need to creep into enemy
Now
camps
I understand
and
how bad
knife
your
them in the
Norwegian
back
accent
and
is.
steal
Brother,
the water
he's
from their
literally
still
Australian.
By the end of the game, perhaps you're running a guild. You have a fleet of vehicles, ornithopters flying in formation, sandbikes cruising across the desert beneath them, tanks kicking up a cloud of dust as you drive to a spice blow in the distance in order to harvest with your guild. And you see in the distance another guild.
They
coming
hired
towards
this
you,
guy
just
because of
as
his
you crash, you
knowledge
hear the
of
rumble
sand.
of a sandworm coming. That's combat in Dune Awakening.
My name is Viljar Sommerbakk. I'm the game director on Dune Awakening. You start out in the desert, surviving, clinging to life, and in the end, you might become someone like the Baron Harkonnen, and then you try to cling to power.
Does that sound a little bit more like what they say?
In the universe. Surviving on Arrakis means that you need to prepare for sandstorms, you need to find water, it's a constant threat against survival. The sandworm, every time you try to cross the desert, the sandworm will come. You will sometimes outrun it, sometimes you may not.
Dune Awakening is built upon a foundation of 5 pillars. Survival, which is obviously everything you'd expect to see in a survival game. It's water discipline, it's the surviving the sandstorms that sweep across Arrakis. Then we have politics and intrigue, which speaks to the faction gameplay of the game. It's about, siding with one of the factions, thinking about how they work together, perhaps assassinating members of the other factions. Then there's infinite exploration. Infinite exploration, which is one of the things I'm most excited about, is how the world changes
like sand
over time. We have a concept called a Coriolis storm.
This looks more like sand than the previous game, sand.
Revealing new points of interest, hiding others, making the game renewed every week. Then we have combined arms. Combined arms is our combination of vehicles, melee combat, range combat, and abilities all working together to create a seamless sandbox combat experience. And finally, we have expression and customization, which is really more than just talking about like the visual expression and customization, which of course we have armor sets and clothing and a robust character creation. But in addition to that, it's really about play the way you want to play. Do you want to be a trader? You can do that. Do you want to be a fighter? Of course you can do that. Do you want to be a spy? Maybe that's the gameplay you're looking for. All of these things built into these pillars.
So the journey of the player, we've divided that into 4 parts. We think of them as survive, protect, expand, control. The survive part means that you're up against the planet itself and you're clinging onto life. In the protect phase, you've gathered some stuff, you might have a base, but you also want to make sure that nobody else comes to take it away from you, so you try to build defenses and make sure that your base is in the clear. Then, in the expand phase, you lift your gaze and you look around and you see that others have stuff as well, and you might want to take their stuff. Then, in the control phase, you may find yourself being a part of a guild or even the leader of a guild. Then, the goal is to control the flow of spice on Arrakis. However, you're never safe. There's always someone lurking around the corner. Can you really trust your second in command?
They don't even use guns in
Dune. The
Dune.
goal of the control phase is that you are clinging to control. Whenever you get into combat in the desert of Arrakis, try to get it over with quickly, because not only are you fighting human combatants, but the planet Arrakis itself is the greatest protagonist there is.
They have a type of gun.
And with that, the PC Gaming Show 2020.
But doesn't it like? Don't they have a type of gun that like shoots? It like does. It's not like a real gun. It's It doesn't shoot bullets. It's like a gun that shoots like a fucking. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, but it's not a real gun. It's not a gun in the way that you would think. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the fucking Xbox showcase. So what is Starfield? Why are you guys like, I don't know what Starfield is. Everyone was talking about Starfield coming their pants. It's Bethesda. Todd Howard is involved. Oh, this is like Space Rim. Space Skyrim, right? No Man's Skyrim? That's even better. Todd Howard has lost
hey
all
everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome
respect
to
and
Bethesda Game Studios.
good faith that people had in them.
We've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go, or what you could do. And that is Starfield.
That's how you know in Todd we trust. Don't believe his lies. He immediately started the conversation by showing you feelings of nostalgia as to why you're supposed to trust him. Like, look, Fallout. Look. Look at that. Look at how good that was. Look at how good that made you feel. Think about how good these games make you feel when you were younger and you really enjoyed them.
Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the...
It cut out before 76. Yo, I was just kidding, but dude. No, literally, dude, he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing that I just said he's doing.
Obviously, we've...
Look. Dude. Dude.
A long way since then with the games we've built, our technology.
It literally cuts off right as you can see it. Like, it flashes it a little bit.
And all of us here in the studio, we've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
You'll be a believer by the end. I already want to believe. I don't give a
Starfield
shit.
is our first new universe.
Bro, listen to me. I'm such a fucking slut for anything, any kind of new IP. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't give a fuck if he's the biggest liar. I'm still gonna buy it. I'm still gonna play it, and maybe I'll be disappointed, but I'm not gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna love it, okay?
In over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet, to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually...
No. Already, like, my immediate reaction to it is that these worlds look like they're too vast, and then they will most likely be barren and desolate. And also on top of that, like, I can't see this being... Like, I can see this being, like, massive, empty, desolate landscapes that you fucking tumble across for hours on end.
there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next-generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources, do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Okay, this looks sick. I was wrong. I was wrong. This looks fucking sick. This looks sick. This looks sick as fuck. Okay, this looks kind of cool.
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up.
Maybe
and
I'm
you
wrong.
can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Okay, I don't know why you're...
Our mission was to convey the wonder...
I don't know why you're padding the stats there by saying the robot can say your name. You know, okay, sick, man. Like what do they add, like an AI TTS to the robot or something?
and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi,
I like
where
that.
everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
I love
Alrighty.
that.
What's the plan, Captain?
That's
this
fire.
is your star map. It
2001:
starts
A
with the
Space
planet
Odyssey
you're currently
shit.
on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast
I do
travel
love
to
that.
known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource-heavy.
Todd Howard
Zoom
never
out even
misses
further
except for
to
when he
see
does.
all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
It feels like they looked at No Man's Sky and were like, let's make that like an actual game from the jump. With like a story.
Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Oh my god, the frames are
As
dropping.
soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest
I'm not
city
I'm
we've
not
ever...
I'm not gonna be the fucking PC Andy and be like, 4 frames per second, lol. Don't do it. I'm not doing it. It's fine. This is new. This is fine. It's okay.
remain, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main
That looks
focus
sick.
when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story.
I'm such a slut for like future dystopia. They get like human development shit. I love infrastructure, and I love infrastructure in the fucking future.
We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
I love
This
cities.
is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my
Sean
god.
guy.
Look at how it's coming together. That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful business.
Am I crazier, or are they... I can't even tell if this is mocap or not, and I don't know if this is an artistic decision, but the characters do seem kind of not as well defined, like the way that they look. They look a little odd.
Businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier. Anything goes.
Will you play it? Yes, I will. It comes across kind of robotic, and I don't know if this is like an artistic decision or if it's just like...
as long as you have the money.
To be fair, I do prefer this to like the same Unreal Engine shit that we see over and over again. So
Also Vlad, the ex-pirate. Sam Coe, the former space cowboy. And Barrett.
You know what I hate about
and
these
they look
pirates?
very cool when they're in their
Completely
gear.
resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach,
I need one of those
you
for
might find
Caiaphas.
yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems.
Is Sidonia from Muse?
This is Freestar Collective Space.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go.
Capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, I mean, I love space libertarianism, shit like that. But dude, the fucking character design is just like frustrating me. I'm like, come on, man. It's been 25 years, brother. Build a new engine or something. You know what I mean?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore.
I'm still gonna play
but
the
these
shit out of it,
areas are
don't get me
also home to
wrong.
the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
When we watched a video about this, it seemed like it was very, like, the boss in that video seemed very like bullet spongy, and it kind of like looked shitty. This Well, we haven't really seen what it looks like to do combat with a big boss so far, but it does seem a lot cooler when you get to see the world, which is awesome. That is like, I'm a big slut for world building, as you guys know, so I'm stoked on what I've seen
This
so
is the
far.
face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile.
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
I don't really
One of the
believe
biggest
that.
overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Snap out of it!
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
You start your character creation.
I start off as a guy with amnesia in a spaceship. Fuck yeah. KOTOR, baby.
Journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings, it's a lot. But I think it's the most fun to use.
It's pretty funny that they got the guy with like a crazy piercing to mention that. That's deliberate.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
Look at the amount of backgrounds.
From
That's
chef
overwhelming.
to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew, and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air.
Bro, they put fucking parasocial stream snipers in a fucking game.
My favorite
Stop.
trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came
What
across some
the
hostile
fuck?
zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage
He's from
buff when your health is
Oblivion,
low,
the arena
but
fan. I
mercenaries will
remember he was
randomly
like
show up
way
and
skinnier,
try to kill
no?
you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's
He's
a
like an elf.
feast for the eyes. Off we go to another
Yeah, I remember him.
adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
they killed him? Wait, what?
Feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
That's fucked up. Better than Star Citizen? Yeah, it's better than Star Citizen because it doesn't. One is slated to exist, the other one is never going to.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put
Oh, come on, homie. Why are you wearing a fucking golf visor indoors? What is happening there?
them together to create
That's a
an
wild
all-new skill
design
system.
decision for yourself.
Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the Xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat. That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
That's my least favorite part. Creeping in
Whenever
the vents.
possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits.
I do love
Fine,
that.
I'll issue you an access.
I don't know why I've always been a slut for persuasion characters. Like since Mass Effect 1, I would say. Like having
I'm more
persuasion
of a run and gun
points.
player. I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them.
I like the gun doesn't even
like
look like
blowing
a
stuff
gun.
up.
Yeah. When I play video games, I like to play
Exploration
a
is a
barbarian or like a warrior type with max level charisma.
There are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures.
The himbo
Our
build,
team
yes.
works hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We study data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships.
Again, you're saying studied NASA copied Star Citizen, but one is not a game and the other one is.
Out there.
The only game Star Citizen plays is with your hearts.
It's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or
And
the
a wallet.
vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
And I say this as someone who's talked about Freelancer like multiple times. One of my favorite games, like one of the first ever games that I played where I was like, wow, video games are insane.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship. and hire a crew to keep it up and running.
Playing Freelancer when it first came out on my fucking
and it all
PC.
starts in spaceports.
And experiencing like immersive.
Every spaceport has a ship
gigantic
technician
galaxies.
where you can purchase, sell,
So
and
sick.
modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette.
This looks fucking awesome.
An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want. The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship.
I feel like they took all of the goats of space travel and then put it into one game. I don't know how it's going to work out, but if like it seems like they literally took some of the best aspects of every like big space exploration game that has come out in like the past couple of years and tied it into one game. Like that's why you keep saying, "Oh, it's like Outer Worlds or No Man's Sky or even Freelancer," kind of like it just feels it's going to be buggy, for the record. It's going to be fucking buggy. Obviously it's going to be buggy. It's a Bethesda game. I mean, that's part of it. That's going to happen. But you know, it's still going to be sick, it seems. I don't know. We'll see.
Ship. You can have modules for crafting or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship.
This game
From
will
living
not be
quarters
playable
to cargo
like
holds,
it'll come with a day one
mess
patch
halls,
and it will still
and
not be
control
playable.
rooms. Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus, as I called it, where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
Bro, this is like Zelda.
And while you can build your
It's like
home
Zelda
among the
building.
stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact